in this video, we're going to look at the concept of why salespeople need to date more often and actually ask for the marriage. Now, call me crazy, but salespeople are so scared to ask for dates and marriages, and I don't know why. Asking for the sale is just like asking someone out on a date. You'll never know if they're interested, actually, unless you ask. And until you ask, how could you possibly know? And just like dating, rejection is just part of the process, just like in sales. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there and ask for the sale. Honestly, asking for the sale is literally one of the most important aspects of the sales process. But so many salespeople just avoid the whole thing. I don't know why. You go through all the effort of prospecting, presenting your offer, asking questions, and then you commit the ultimate sin. You don't ask for the sale. And a sale cannot be made until a buyer has been asked whether or not they want to make a purchase. So in this video, we're going to really explore the importance of asking for the sale and why salespeople just don't ask enough. So of course, most salespeople, especially when they begin, have this real fear of rejection. And maybe it's the fear of rejection of just being single forever. But don't worry, you can always overcome that fear. So for example, you could just try to imagine that every rejection is actually just a really hilarious thing which you could go tell your partner, your loved one, your co-workers, your friends, your mentor. Okay? And just use it as a fun experience. Okay? You may know that you have the greatest offer in the world and you may say something really stupid. Happens to everyone. That's your fault. Turn it into a funny story and share it. But don't be scared of rejection. I mean, another thing you can do is have so many people to talk to, so many prospects, that it doesn't matter if someone says no, because you know in another half an hour you've got someone else lined up to who you can share your opportunity with. Okay? So don't let fear of rejection get in your way. Okay? It can be completely overcome. And especially the more you do it and the more no's you get, the easier it gets. It really is a mindset thing. But honestly, if you just treat it as a bit of fun, you'll be amazed. It relaxes you, and more importantly, it even relaxes the prospect, the person who you are talking to. Another real good way of improving your sales game is to reframe the entire sales process in your mind. Now, instead of thinking of it as like a pushy sales pitch, think of it as a problem-solving opportunity, like a joint partnership, working together as a team, trying to solve a problem with no intention necessarily of even getting paid. And you'll be amazed. You'll be able to ask for the sale when you actually say, wow, I can help this person, I understand their problem, and now there's a real reason why I should get paid. It's just like a good relationship. The buyer needs should be your top priority. You need to show them how your product, your service, or even the idea that you have can really solve their problems. And that if you can really do that for them, they'll be much better off, and there's a win-win for everyone. That's the best way of closing a deal. And like I keep saying, practice makes perfect. The more use you get to saying no, fear of rejection just goes away completely. So just like with dating, the more you put yourself out there and the more you sort of practice your approach, practice getting said no to, the more comfortable and confident you really will become. So get out there and start asking for those sales. And who knows, you might just find your perfect match. What a cliche. Okay, now think, why is asking for the sale important? Well, it's important for so many reasons. Of course, the first one has to be you close the deal. This is the most obvious reason. Unless you ask, you can't close the deal. Until the buyer is asked, how can they say yes? Until the buyer is asked to make a purchase, your sales process is not complete. You've gone through the whole process, but it's not complete until you ask. Without asking for a sale, the buyer may walk away without making a purchase. And that's probably the outcome. The other reason why you should definitely ask for the sale is actually it helps you to overcome objections. When a buyer objects to a purchase, this is your opportunity as the salesperson to actually overcome the objection and then close the sale. If the salesperson again does not ask for the sale, what opportunity do you even have to address their objections? And again, you'll lose the sale because you haven't finished the sales process. The other one, which isn't often thought of, is actually it builds relationships. Asking for the sale really proves, and oh my God, it shows the buyer that as a salesperson, you're confident in your product, your service, your idea, your offer, whatever it is, and that you really honestly believe that it will benefit the potential buyer, the future customer. If you've built your rapport, you've really understood them through expert questions, you know you can really help them, and you have this rapport and they know that you can generally help them. Asking builds relationships. It builds trust because it helps to establish like a relationship between the buyer and the salesperson. And again, let's think, why do people just not ask for the sale? Like we said, fear of rejection. Yeah, you'll get scared of being told no. Well, no's just a natural part of life. It's nothing to worry about. The other reason is, of course, lack of confidence. Sales guys who honestly lack confidence in either the product or indeed themselves will really avoid asking for a sale because they may believe that they don't really believe it has value for the buyer, and therefore they get scared to ask for the sale. And often as well, the salesperson doesn't really truly understand the sales process, and that comes down to lack of training, because some salespeople may believe that actually asking for the sale is sleazy and pushy and aggressive. That's not the case. If you do your sales process correctly, you will honestly believe that the buyer needs this product and that the buyer wants the product. So don't misunderstand the sales process and let that prevent you from asking for the sale. So how can you really improve? My big tips are this. One, practice. The more you practice asking for the sale, the more confident you will become. You can do this by role playing with friends, family, colleagues, mentors. It's a great way to get practice. But the best way to do it is actually go out there and do it. You get practice by doing. There's a time for role plays and they're great, but there's millions of people out there. Just go out there and get no's. And the more no's you get, and the more no's you get used to getting, and if you keep persevering, you'll be surprised. Those no's will start turning into yeses. So practice is the first one. The second one is really deal with your mindset and overcome the fear of rejection. If you can do that and you understand that actually rejections are an opportunity, if you can just understand that, that will really help you. Get feedback from every sale that you have. So just putting all this together, asking for the sale is a critical component of the sales process. Yeah, there's tactics and methods and all that great stuff, but nothing is better than just looking someone in the eye and asking for the sale. And remembering that when you ask for the sale, you shut up and you don't say a word. If you can really practice like problem solving, become like a doctor, really become helpful and comfortable with helping and comfortable with asking for the sale, you will literally make more money. So again, instead of focusing on the sale, reframe the sales process in your mind to a problem-solving opportunity, focusing on the buyer's needs, building trust, building relationship, positioning yourself as an expert, and you will close more deals by simply asking for the sale. I hope this video has helped you out. If it has, why not jump into another one of my videos? Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you and happy selling.